Hey, good morning. Ryan here with Sales Transformation Group, and I'm glad you're joining me on this video blog. So I'm going to talk right now about the evolution of a contracting sales force. The evolution. So when you're starting out, you likely are just the owner, but you want to grow fast and predictably and profitably, right? So what are the first things you need to know? Well, first thing you need to know is you should be getting into commercial work, getting into business to business work as early as you can. And so what happens when you do that is you create an opportunity for reoccurring business, because it's called B2B, right? Business to business, not business to consumer. Business to consumer is like the end user is the consumer, right? And that is not repeat business in contracting unless you have a various amount of offerings. So the evolution of the sales force is, first off, in the business to business environment, you need to have a pure hunter at first, okay? Somebody who's going to land accounts with a low barrier to entry process that makes a ton of margin, like service, okay? That is how you begin the process. And then that two things could happen. One option is the hunter can become a relationship manager. And what does that mean? It's like growing these plants, right? It's like somebody who cares about taking care of this grass, taking care of it. It's going to bear fruit, right? Reoccurring fruit. It's going to be nurtured. It's going to be loved. It's going to be expanded. It's going to be growing. And then when people are happy, you have case studies, clients, reviews, testimonials, you have referrals, you have introductions. That is the goal. You have to solve the problem. You have to bring the value, right? So that could happen. That hunter becomes an account manager, account executive, a developer, or you hire somebody to do that, and nurture and develop and expand. But you cannot let that manager, that house account, or let me say it differently. You can turn it in. If you turn it into a house account, it won't get taken care of by a dedicated sales or professional. So your compensation model on account managers, account executives, ought to look different, because they're growing, expanding existing relationships. And they can be hunters and good like developers, but they should be developing from the relationship that they have and getting introductions, okay? Then you fill up the account pipeline by hunting and prospecting. Sales people, their superpower is their ability to prospect effectively and be a master prospector, okay? So if you are a residential company with a transactional, one and done type of offering, let's say residential roofing, then you need hunters who are like released to be consultative sellers. So imagine like unleashing just a bunch of stallions out into the market, digitally or in your local market, who are consultative, just stallions. And all they do is they ask the best questions. They're so engaging. They're so consistent. They don't get tired. They're just like steeds, okay? Or studs. All right? And then you have the nurturer, right? You have that account developer. Once the account is landed, they take it, or they're just managing those existing accounts. So there's a couple of ways to skin it, but those are the beautiful evolution of this, is that you can train, develop in a short time to do all those things. And you and the owner, as an owner or an executive, are not stuck in the trap of having to do it all, right? So that's the power. When you do that, you can have like a pack of wild stallions out there that are just working together and building this incredible brand. When that brand has some goodie and some juice on it, and there's some momentum, boy, it starts to get really, really fun. So if you're a company who is struggling with this model, and you're struggling to really develop the model, then just go ahead and go to this page and this link below, and let's book a time to connect with one of my growth consultants to discuss how and how quickly, how effectively, how precisely we can stand you up and get after this in a digital way, in a local way, in a relational way, so that your Salesforce is going to mature to the greatest version of itself as fast as possible. And why would you do that? Well, so you're not working, doing everything forever. Be an entrepreneur. Let's be a builder, an architect. Design something special in your business, not just with your projects, but with your business. So if you want help with that, book a time and fill out the quiz. It's a good application kind of quiz. It's a few questions long, a couple more than a few, but they're pretty good questions that are easy to answer. And then we'll see how we can help you. Okay. Again, this is Ryan. Thank you. Evolution of a Salesforce in contracting. Bye.